Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Monday, August 20th. Well, last Friday saw temperatures jump up to about 90 degrees in many parts of the Mid-Atlantic region just ahead of a cold front. That front swept through the region. We cooled off quite a bit over the weekend. In fact, temperatures on Sunday were confined to the 70s in most Mid-Atlantic locations. That's the same air mass that cooled things off earlier last week over the northern plains and then the upper Midwest and finally the east over the weekend. And we continue to be on the cool side right now. And this is the very latest 24-hour map from coolweather.com showing all the areas here indicated by black or purple or blue that are near record lows or actual record lows. The black dots represent cities that have actually broken a low temperature record in the last 24 hours. All the way from the middle part of the country to the east, starting off on a cool note, and again today. Temperatures here in the Mid-Atlantic region should be confined to the 70s, and it's still pretty cool all the way out into the Rockies, where Denver, for example, will only approach about the 80-degree mark, which is very comfortable compared to some of the recent hot weather that they have been experiencing. Well, here's the latest surface map, and while we are quite cool here and pleasant in terms of temperatures in the Mid-Atlantic region, it's a little bit unsettled. There are a couple of waves of low pressure, one down here over the Carolinas, that are kind of moving to the north and east along this stalled out frontal system. This is the same cold front that came through the Mid-Atlantic region early part of the weekend, and these waves of low pressure are riding right along this frontal system and throwing back a little bit of moisture. There's some scattered showers, maybe even an afternoon thunderstorm here in the Mid-Atlantic, but most of the time should be rain free. Don't expect a heavy rainfall, but that threat for a shower or a thunderstorm will continue on Tuesday and Wednesday as well. Ultimately, this large high pressure area that's now over the middle part of the country will move towards the New England area and kind of set up shop there for the second half of the week and probably right through the weekend. And that'll dominate the weather scene here in the eastern part of the country. Well, here's the latest infrared satellite loop from the SSEC Wisconsin website. Again, here's kind of a back edge here of the moisture along the east coast, and this is all associated with that stalled out frontal system along the southeast coast and a couple different waves of low pressure. Most of the moisture, most of the good rains are offshore, and that's why only expect some scattered shower activity, maybe a thunderstorm along the I-95 corridor, but that risk can continue tonight and tomorrow as well, maybe even into Wednesday as we get a little bit warmer. But ultimately, this large high pressure area with clear skies out here over the middle part of the country moves east and we get a little bit warmer, but no extreme heat is in sight here for this week. In fact, it'll be a struggle for anybody to get to 90 degrees this week, probably the mid to upper 80s for the second half of the week with more sunshine once these low pressures pull off the east coast. Well, here's last night's GFS run, the 0Z GFS run for tomorrow morning. This is a computer forecast map for Tuesday morning, and again, that high pressure is going to become the main player here in the eastern half of the country. It is today over the middle part of the country. It'll gradually move towards New England and set up shop there for the second half of the week. Meanwhile, a little bit of moisture still here in the Mid-Atlantic region. The main action is way down to the south and east and offshore, but there can be a shower or thunderstorm again tomorrow and then again on Wednesday. But for the most part, the second half of the week looks to be dry with relatively warm conditions thanks to this large high pressure area headed from the middle part of the country to the eastern states for the second half of the week. So that's it for now for the SIweather.com. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.